some of the materials that you were looking into to really get that appropriate feel and style for the time period?
There was a lot of research that went into Hatfields and McCoys, having a period piece from 1861 to 1898. We had to research the Civil War, the real life Hatfields and McCoys as a family, which helped a little, you know, because there was some actual reference photos that we could go through with in the libraries and the computers and all that. So it was an extensive process of researching and getting the design and the look of the show together, and I think we did a good job on that.
You did. What were some of the materials? Were you using a lot of wools and leather?
There was one. There was a couple characters that we gave the leather to. But I wanted to keep it away from, being too Western, because it's not a Western.
Right.
And, they're not cowboys. They're, they are, hillbillies in the mountains that are farmers and loggers, and, it's researching that life in that period.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to also think about economic status. I don't know if it was as prevalent as today, working with a specific genre of people.
Well, sure it was, because, in that time they didn't have luxuries, and they didn't have, a mall full of, clothes that they could just go shop at. There was hand-me-downs, and, clothes were too big and clothes were too small, and, the mother would make an apron, would make a shirt, for her son. So we really kind of made that, authentic looking as much as we could in the show.
And what was it like actually working with the women? Because I think the men's clothing, might have been a little more
that's
showy.
One thing I wish there were more women in our show, to do some fun stuff with. But of course, Mayor Winningham, Miss McCoy, and then Miss Hatfield and Rosanna, and there wasn't very many women on our show. Yeah.
Must have been fun to be able to get them when you got them.
Yes, definitely.
So how does it feel to be here tonight, to be recognized for your work? It was no small achievement.
No, actually no, because it's 25 years of makeup and everything in one night. So it's a recognizer that maybe you did something good, because Hatfields and McCoy was it's not fashion shows, it's not commercial. Obviously you have to step in the story and you have to understand each character, and you have to try to build it with the actor or with the actress.
Right.
So we were so lucky to have our cast, which were
best makeup girl in the business. She had to do 72 actors by herself, and actresses.
Wow.
And never complained. Never complained.
Oh, and she just left a nice makeup mark on you.
That. All right, the best.
That's my boss. We love him to death.
Yeah. Well, something that's really interesting, especially with Hatfields and McCoys, working with that period in history, the people were poor, they didn't have good hygiene, good principles in that aspect, and you had to really bring that out. What were some of the ways that you were working with that, like the teeth and the skin?
Yes, exactly. That was the point. So no beauty makeup and just realistic makeup. So we studied about the period, and obviously I come from Italy, so I'm a European, and Europe is different in the 19th century instead of the American one, obviously. So I had to try to step in the story, and I love it to death because it's such a absolutely human story.
Right.
And then you can really take the best parts of American feelings in this, I think, in this story, because you can really understand all the characters and what they were really in it. So I think about that it was quite easy if you understand the character, if you understand what the family is like, if you understand all the feelings about each actor.
Right.
And so all our cast was so wonderful with us because we built the character together. And so obviously we had period about aging up and down. So what can I say? Lindsley, she was pregnant and she was beautiful. And it was so funny because that scene, we shot it in the same day. So she was stunning beautiful at 18 years old and then pregnant. and that was so amazing because, on our pictures and the continuity pictures, we were up and down the camera and so, wow, this is her and this is her. But in the same day, she was the best ever looking and the worst ever looking, because obviously when you're pregnant and when you give birth, you're not that much.
Right.
And so we were trying to understand the teeth and always the dirty under the nails, and also that glowy, which is a very professional word now, but actually they didn't wash that much.
Right,
so we also
right.
had to do this.
Right.
But it was, I don't know if it came out, but on all the party days, let's say, they were cleaned up. Like the hair was knitted and the skin was a little bit more alive. And these are little particulars that made the character.